Just 1 hour a day can change your life. Your life won't magically get better by luck alone. It only improves when you proactively change it, and that change starts 1 hour at a time. You don't need to wait for the new year to start transforming your life. You don't need a new boss, a new plan, or a stroke of luck. The only thing you truly need is 1 hour. An hour you guard for yourself. An hour you use with clear purpose. An hour where you stop living by chance and start intentionally building the life you want. Most people lose this precious time without even realizing it. They trade it for distractions, for excuses, for actions that don't move them even one tiny step closer to the life they crave. But just 1 hour, used correctly, can change everything. One serious hour can change your confidence, change your skills, change your income, and most importantly, change your entire future. 1 hour a day, if invested with focus and determination, can build a whole new life, step by step, habit by habit. No need to wait for the perfect moment. No need to hope for rare opportunities. Just a simple commitment. 1 hour each day, pouring your heart and soul into becoming the person you believe you can be. And as you persist, you'll realize it's not the giant leaps that make the difference, but the small, consistent daily actions that quietly transform your entire life. The good news is you can start today. No need to wait another day. You can start right now with everything you have. A year from today, you'll look back and be deeply grateful for the courageous decision you made. First, set aside 1 hour each day to hone a skill that makes you more valuable in the marketplace. If you want to change your life, you don't have to do extraordinary things. You don't have to wait for some ideal moment in the future. You don't need a miracle to save you. What you need is simply one small but serious action. And that action begins by dedicating 1 hour each day to cultivate a skill that will increase your value. Just 1 hour, not 5, not 10. But if that 1 hour is used correctly, it can change your entire journey. The issue isn't about working more, it's about making the hours you have truly count. Most people think the secret to success lies in luck. They hope someone will notice them, that the economy will boom, that opportunity will unexpectedly knock. But the truth is, you're not paid for the time you put in. You're paid for the value you bring to the market. And that value can only increase when you seriously work on developing yourself every single day. 1 hour a day, you can become a better communicator. 1 hour a day, you can learn to solve bigger problems. 1 hour a day, you can cultivate leadership, sharpen your skills, understand how money flows, and become someone others want to partner with, not just someone they grudgingly tolerate. But that only happens when you truly focus. That 1 hour isn't for slacking off, not for distractions. It must be a serious hour where you're fully committed to improving what you can offer. Just think about it. 1 hour a day becomes 7 hours a week, about 30 hours a month, and over 300 hours a year. 300 hours of purposeful effort will transform you into a completely different version of yourself. How much will you improve? How much closer will you get to your dreams? But most people let these precious hours slip away unconsciously. They trade them for TV, for meaningless gossip, for mindless phone scrolling. And in the end, they have nothing but regret. You don't want to be one of the masses. You want to be one of the few who master their time. You don't need the perfect book to start. You don't need the perfect teacher. What you need is a decision. A decision that 1 hour a day is yours, an asset for your future, and no one can take it away unless you let them. If you give yourself that hour and truly value it, in just 1 year, you'll look back and be astounded by what you've achieved. You'll walk differently, talk with different confidence, and think with a completely different mindset. You'll feel something very few people ever experience: real confidence. Not fake bravado, not vague hope, but a deep certainty. Because you know you've put in the sweat, you've truly put in the effort, and you deserve the results. No one can take that away from you, not the economy, not competitors, not your boss. Because by then, you've become your own best investment. Start with the skills that truly matter: communication, leadership, problem solving, financial management, personal discipline.
These are timeless skills, applicable in every field, every job, every career. Build skills that make others respect you, skills that open doors, skills that bring you true freedom. Just 1 hour a day, day after day, you'll accumulate advantages most people never will in their lifetime. You don't have to be perfect from the start. You just need to be persistent. You just need to commit to showing up for yourself, even on days you don't feel like it. In fact, it's on those days that keeping your commitment truly matters. That's when you're not just building skills, but also inner strength. No one will check on you each morning to make sure you've used that precious hour wisely. No one will chase you down to remind you to sit and study. It's all on you. That's both the beauty and the challenge, but the reward is priceless. Freedom is worth it. Respect is worth it. That quiet pride in yourself is worth the ability to choose your job, your future income. It's all waiting. You just need to decide to show up for yourself 1 hour each day. Time marches on for all of us. Every day, you either get a little better or a little worse. There's no standing still. 1 hour of real development will move you forward, while 1 wasted hour will pull you back. And the saddest part is, most people don't realize it's happening. They don't feel the difference immediately. But after a few months, a few years, the consequences become clear. In lost opportunities, in squandered time, in irretrievable regrets. But you don't have to live with regret. You can choose to live with pride. You can choose to live with strength. You can choose with the deep satisfaction that you've built something within yourself that no one can take away. And it all starts with something very small, 1 hour a day. Protect that hour like it's a treasure. See it as a sacred appointment with your own future, non-negotiable, unmissable. Because every minute you invest in that hour will come back to you 100-fold in the future.
Most people think they can drift to success. They think just dreaming will get them to a better life. But drifting only leads to disappointment. Dreams don't give birth to success on their own. Only purposeful action can do that. Not just working hard for others, but working smart for yourself. Working to develop yourself. 1 hour a day focused on growth will bring you more than working 10 hours a day without improvement. When you constantly get better, your time becomes more valuable, your work is more respected, and your life becomes richer, not just financially, but in choices, relationships, and peace of mind. 1 hour a day isn't a trade-off, it's the smartest investment you'll ever make. It doesn't take away your time, it gives you a more secure future. You have the choice right now. You are sowing seeds every day, and sooner or later, you will reap what you sow. If you sow distraction, you'll reap disappointment. But if you sow learning, skills, and discipline, you'll reap success, confidence, and freedom. Today is the time to start. Not tomorrow, not next week. Because the days will pass whether you act or not. One day, you'll be grateful you started today. Or you'll regret that you didn't. The best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is right now. 1 hour a day, focused, serious, and consistent. That's the key. And the amazing truth is, if you give yourself that gift, you will change your skills, change your value, and change your entire life. That power is right in your hands. The second thing, true success isn't built on giant leaps, but on small, focused hours repeated daily. True success isn't something that happens overnight. It's not a lucky break or one big move that catapults you to the top. True success is a much more personal and persistent process. It's what you do when no one is watching. It's what you do when it's just you and your goals, you and your choices, you and your habits. The truth is, real success is built from small steps, not giant leaps. It's built 1 focused hour at a time, consistently, repeated daily. Everyone wants to get rich quick. Everyone wants to jump from where they are to where they want to be without putting in the daily grind. But the truth is, there's no such thing. It never has been, and it never will be. If you think success comes from one big lucky moment, you'll be waiting a long time. If you think success is about getting it right on the first try, you'll be disappointed.
Success belongs to those who understand the power of persistent, focused effort. Spend an hour today doing something meaningful, something that moves you forward. Maybe today you'll study a subject you need to master. Maybe today you'll practice a skill that will make you more valuable. Maybe today you'll carefully plan your next move. You focus, you build, you improve, and then tomorrow you do it all over again. And the day after, you continue. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to be persistent. Most people look for a shortcut, a secret formula, a magic bullet that makes everything easy. But success doesn't come from secrets. It comes from serious, sustained effort. The small, focused hour you spend today might not feel like much. You might not see the reward tomorrow. But if you stick with it, if you make that focused hour a part of who you are, you'll look back a year from now and not even recognize your old life. Those small, focused hours, repeated daily, accumulate into massive changes you couldn't have imagined when you started. 1 hour a day, at first glance, doesn't seem like a big deal. You might think, what can 1 hour change? But the issue isn't the hour you spend today. It's what happens when you stack them up. 1 hour a day is 7 hours a week, 30 hours a month, 365 hours a year. That's 9 40-hour work weeks dedicated to your future without quitting your current job, without abandoning your responsibilities. That's the power of consistent effort. The problem is, most people don't believe in small beginnings. They want fireworks, they want quick results, they want instant change. But small beginnings are where all great things start. 1 hour a day might sound small, but it's the seed of greatness. Every strong business you see today started with small steps. Every expert you admire once struggled with the basics. Every leader you respect once had no idea what they were doing. But they persisted. They kept showing up. If you can fall in love with the process, not just the reward, you'll go further than you ever thought possible. If you can find joy in each hour of learning, growing, improving, not just in the outcome, you'll become someone who can create success anywhere, anytime, under any circumstances, because you'll have built yourself from the inside out. People often ask, what's the secret to success? It's simple. Outlast those who quit, work harder than those who wait, focus more than those who are easily distracted, 1 hour at a time. There are no shortcuts to long-term success, but there is a clear path. Focused, purposeful work every single day. There will be days when your mind tries to convince you that 1 hour doesn't matter. It'll say you can skip today. It'll say you'll catch up later. But that's the lie that keeps so many people stuck. That's the trick that shrinks dreams. In life, real breakthroughs come when you stop negotiating with yourself. When you decide once and for all that your daily hour is non-negotiable. It becomes part of your life. It becomes who you are. And here's something else. When you dedicate one focused hour each day, you're not just improving a skill. You're building your self-respect. You're proving to yourself that you can trust your own word, that you have the strength to persevere, that you're someone who honors their goals even when no one is cheering, even when things are slow. And that strength, once you've built it, no one can take from you. Those small daily steps also protect you from life's emotional ups and downs. You don't have to feel great every day to make progress. You don't need to be motivated every morning. Discipline will carry you when motivation wanes. It's that commitment to put in the hour, rain or shine, good mood or bad. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you have to do something massive to change your life. But the truth is, it's not the big events that shape your future. It's the small decisions, repeated daily, that change your trajectory. Change your course by just 1 degree today, and in a year, you'll be in a completely new place. You don't have to change your whole life today. You just need to change 1 hour. Make that hour count. Build something with it. Make yourself a little stronger, a little smarter, a little closer to the person you want to become. True success feels slow when you're going through it.
It doesn't always feel exciting. It doesn't always feel impressive. It often feels like quiet work in a room by yourself when no one is watching. But one day, the results will show. One day, the confidence will emerge. One day, freedom will arrive. And when it does, you'll know exactly where it came from. It came from those hours you thought no one saw, those hours you could have wasted, but you didn't. So it's not about giant leaps. It's about persistent steps. It's not about luck. It's about showing up when it's easy and when it's not. It's about building yourself 1 hour at a time until the world can't ignore you anymore. Decide today that you'll stop chasing giant leaps. Decide today that you'll start respecting the small daily work. Because it's this small, focused hour, repeated daily, that will build a life you're proud to live. A life built on purpose, discipline, and strength. 1 hour, one step at a time, until one day you realize you've become the person you always knew you could be. The third thing, spend 1 hour each day honing your communication skills. This will be a decision that changes your entire personal and professional life. One of the smartest investments you can make in yourself is improving how you communicate, your ability to express ideas, connect with others, explain, persuade, and inspire. All opportunities in life stem from communication, and there's something you need to know. Communication isn't just about public speaking. Communication is present in every small daily conversation. How you talk to your family, discuss work with colleagues, negotiate with clients, teach your children, ask for new opportunities, lead a team. When your communication skills improve, every area of your life will rise with them. Yet most people have never really sat down to practice communication. They think it's a talent. Some have it, some don't. They don't realize that communication is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and refined. You don't need a lifetime. Just 1 hour a day, a truly serious hour, to become better at expressing yourself, listening, and connecting. If you do this consistently, in just 1 year, you'll find yourself completely different. You'll be more confident in meetings. You'll communicate more clearly, concisely, and with greater impact. You'll open doors that were previously closed simply because you didn't know how to talk. You'll be trusted more, listened to more, respected more. The world always opens up to those who know how to effectively convey their ideas and emotions. And you don't need to become a professional speaker, nor do you need to be flamboyant or showy. You just need to be clear, honest, know what you want to convey, and express it in a way that others can understand and feel. Because communication isn't just words. It's the transmission of thoughts and emotions. How can what you want to share truly reach the minds and hearts of your listeners? When you start seriously practicing this skill, you'll observe the world with different eyes. You'll notice what makes others listen attentively, what makes them tune out. You'll start seeing patterns in every conversation. You'll understand that the best communicators aren't those who talk the most, but those who speak at the right time, with the right message, and know how to listen deeply. All of these things can be trained, hour by hour, day by day. 1 hour a day might seem small, but if you persist for a year, you'll accumulate an amount of time equivalent to taking an intensive months-long course without quitting your job or changing your current life. With just 1 quiet hour each day, you're silently building one of the most crucial competencies for success. So how do you practice? Listen to and observe good communicators. Pay attention to their word choice, their pauses, how they tell stories, how they guide the listener's emotions. Practice expressing your thoughts in simple, understandable language. No cliches, no showing off. Record yourself speaking, then listen back to identify strengths and weaknesses. Practice telling meaningful stories. Hone your ability to ask profound questions, and most importantly, learn to listen fully when others respond. If you patiently and diligently spend 1 hour each day practicing communication, you will gradually possess one of the most powerful keys to changing your own destiny. Real progress never happens by chance. It only comes when you're truly serious, when you're willing to learn, practice, and consider communication an essential part of the person you're becoming. Communication skills help you advance further in your career because people trust clarity. They believe in those who can explain a solution coherently without causing confusion. They're willing to follow leaders who know how to convey ideas in an easy-to-understand manner.
They choose to work with people who can present their work naturally, sincerely, without jargon, not like they're reading from a manual. Not just in work, communication is also the solid foundation for personal life. Misunderstandings are what cause relationships to break down faster than anything else. So many arguments erupt just because one person didn't clearly express what they wanted to say, or another didn't listen carefully to what was being shared. If you can speak clearly and listen patiently, you can resolve many problems when they are still small, before they become crises. You can build deeper connections, true understanding with those you love. Today, the world is noisier than ever. Everyone is talking, but very few actually convey anything meaningful. Most conversations barely scratch the surface. Most relationships are just fragile connections. But you can be different. You can become someone who speaks with clarity, listens with patience, and understands with depth. And that kind of person will always be sought after, always have opportunities, always build trust, always lead others, and inspire powerfully.
You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to become perfect immediately. You just need to start. Start by giving yourself 1 hour each day to seriously do this work. Treat communication training like an important task, not like a fleeting hobby, but like a commitment to your own future. 1 hour a day to read books on communication. 1 hour practicing conversations. 1 hour learning from excellent speeches. 1 hour honing how to present your thoughts coherently, without rushing, without rambling. Over time, you'll notice yourself changing. You'll feel how people respond to you differently. You'll find yourself stronger from within. You'll see doors that were previously closed begin to open before you. And the best part is, the progress you make in communication skills will provide value for your entire life. This isn't a skill with an expiration date or one that easily becomes obsolete. No matter how technology changes, no matter how the world fluctuates, people will always need those who can speak clearly, connect deeply, and inspire action. So today, make a decision for yourself. Decide that you won't leave your communication skills to chance. Decide that you'll become a persistent student of this skill, even if those around you don't yet realize its importance. Because it truly is important. This is one of the most valuable skills you can build, and it can change your entire life if you dedicate enough time and effort to it. Your future conversations, the opportunities ahead, the confidence within you, it all starts with the decision you make today. Spend 1 hour a day honing your communication skills, persistently, seriously, and then you'll see every area of your life, both personal and professional, gradually elevate to a new level. The fourth thing, dedicate 1 hour each day to building discipline. Because discipline is the foundation of all success. If you truly want to achieve something great in life, there's one thing you absolutely must cultivate: discipline. Without discipline, even the most detailed plans are just meaningless paper. Without discipline, even the most precious opportunities will slip away wastefully. Without discipline, even the most beautiful dreams will forever remain in your mind and never become reality. You might be the most talented person, you might be the most enthusiastic, but if you lack discipline, all of that isn't enough to carry you through the arduous journey of building the life you desire. Discipline is the bridge connecting your present and your future, and that bridge can only be built hour by hour. When I say you should spend an hour each day training your discipline, it doesn't mean you just sit there thinking about it. You need to actually set aside 1 practical hour each day to work on yourself. Treat it as the most important appointment of the day. Not with anyone else, but with yourself. It's a meeting where you prove that to you, your goals are more valuable than any excuse. Making big plans when you're full of excitement is easy. Feeling eager for change when an idea is fresh is also easy. But it's discipline that keeps you going when the emotions have cooled. It's discipline that keeps you moving forward when the road gets rough, when no one is cheering you on, when everything becomes quiet and it's just you and your goal. Discipline is the silent, persistent strength that gets you through the toughest times. And there's something important you need to understand. Discipline isn't something you're born with. No one just wakes up one day and becomes disciplined. Discipline is a skill, a choice, a type of inner muscle. And just like any other muscle, it only gets stronger when you train it daily. 1 hour each day, you can train yourself to be the kind of person who always finishes what they commit to. Not just once, but every time it really matters. You can start with very small, uncomplicated things. In that hour, you can set clear goals and persistently work towards them. In that hour, you can practice doing what you said you'd do, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you want to procrastinate. In that hour, you can dedicate time to purposefully planning the next day and then commit to sticking to that plan. In that hour, you can train yourself to focus on what's truly important, instead of letting yourself get swept away by useless distractions. In that hour, you can use it to keep the promises you quietly made to yourself. Those promises made in the quietest moments, when no one was watching. When you whispered to yourself, "I will live better. I will try harder." Discipline is continuing to honor those promises even when the initial impulsive emotion has faded. 1 hour each day. That's all it takes. Not the whole day. Just 1 hour of truly focused, serious commitment to building an image of a person you can trust. 1 hour each day where you tell yourself, "Today I will build my own future." Not just saying it for show, but truly acting on it. And something magical will happen when you persist. You'll start to trust yourself more. Each time you keep a commitment to yourself, your confidence will grow. Not the fake confidence put on for show, but real confidence built on a living testament from your own actions. Every day, you'll start to see yourself differently, act differently. Opportunities that once seemed too far-fetched will gradually become feasible. Why? Because the most solid foundation for all success isn't luck, not innate talent, nor connections. The real foundation is discipline, the ability to persistently do what needs to be done, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when it's just you. You won't have to push yourself forever. The beginning is always the hardest. When you first start, you'll feel extremely uncomfortable. Your mind will resist. Old habits will try every trip to pull you back. But if you persist, if you fully dedicate 1 hour each day, day after day, something magical will happen. Discipline will no longer be something you have to fight for. It will become a natural part of who you are. Completing tasks will no longer be a foreign concept. Moving forward every day will become a normal habit. You'll no longer depend on sudden inspiration to act. You'll no longer sit around waiting for the right mood to get started. You simply do what needs to be done, because that's how disciplined people live. And when you live like that, you naturally become different. You rise above because most people won't do it. Most people will continue to look for easier paths, will continue to wait for a perfect moment that never comes, will continue to make excuses for the times they break promises to themselves. But you'll be different. You'll know clearly in your heart that every day you've spent an hour building a solid foundation for your future. And that very foundation will support dreams bigger than you ever dared to imagine.
Discipline makes every other aspect of your life function better. When you have discipline, your health improves, your financial habits become stronger, your relationships become more stable, and your career and business become more solid. Because then, you're no longer living at the mercy of fleeting emotions. You live based on principles, on conscious choices, on real inner strength. Discipline isn't something someone can give you. It only comes when you earn it through your own efforts. And once you've built it, no one can take it away from you.
It belongs to you. It's a part of who you are. Discipline is what keeps you steady when others panic. It's what makes you persistent when others give up. It's what makes you strong when most people are still waiting for luck. Every hour you invest in training your discipline will compound over time. That feeling of a small effort today will turn into a huge advantage tomorrow. The ability to control yourself, the ability to maintain focus, the ability to act with clear purpose, these qualities are rare today, and what's rare is always valuable. When you build discipline, you make yourself more valuable in the eyes of your family, at work, in the market, and most importantly, in your own heart. There will be days you feel like all your efforts are pointless. There will be times you wonder if all this hard work is worth it. There will be moments you think no one notices your silent efforts. But no matter what, keep going. Persist. Because the person you're becoming isn't for show. It's for you, for your future, for the life you truly want to live, not the life you're forced to accept. Success is never an accident. It's built from small choices repeated daily. And discipline is the choice you make when you decide to take control of your life instead of being pushed around by it. So starting today, make the decision to spend 1 hour each day building discipline, brick by brick, laying a solid foundation for every dream you dare to dream. Because without discipline, dreams will only ever be dreams. But with discipline, dreams become plans, plans turn into action, action creates results, and results build a life you can proudly call your own. Give yourself 1 hour a day because you deserve it.
The fifth thing, spend 1 hour each day learning about money and how to keep it. One of the smartest decisions you can make is to dedicate time to understanding money, not just how to earn it, but how to manage it, how to keep it, and how to make it work for you. So many people work incredibly hard their entire lives, but still end up poor. Not because they didn't try, not because they didn't care, but because no one taught them how money really works. No one showed them the rules. And in life, if you don't know the rules, you'll pay the price. That's why you need to spend 1 serious hour each day learning about money. Not casually, not hastily, but with a serious attitude, as if you're saying, this is important. My future depends on this. Because it truly does depend on how you manage your money. How you handle money affects everything in your life. Your freedom, your choices, your stress levels, your lifestyle, your ability to give, and your ability to build something lasting. Money touches every aspect of your life, whether you like it or not. So learn to master it. Spend 1 hour each day reading good books on financial management, wealth building, and personal finance. Listen to people who have actually built something real, not those just selling you dreams. Learn how savings work, how investing works, how taxes operate, how debt impacts you, and how budgeting functions. Get familiar with it. Money isn't something to be afraid of, it's something you need to master. No one is born knowing how to manage money. It's a skill that can be learned, just like any other. You learn it by dedicating time, serious time, focused attention. You can't just hope your finances will sort themselves out. Hope is not a plan. Learning is a plan. Effort is a plan. And 1 hour a day over time will turn into the kind of knowledge that can change your financial destiny. Many people spend more time planning a weekend trip than planning their financial future, and more time choosing a new phone than understanding how interest rates affect them. They think money is boring or complicated, so they avoid it. But avoidance doesn't protect you. It just makes you pay a very high price. The truth is, money isn't that complicated. When you start learning a little bit each day, you don't need to become an expert overnight. You just need to start paying attention to it. 1 hour a day, one simple principle at a time. You'll be surprised how much smarter you become just by making it a part of your daily life. Learn to keep your money before you worry about spending it. Most people skip this part. They earn a little money and immediately look for ways to spend it all. A more expensive car, a fancier watch, a more extravagant lifestyle. But wealth isn't what you spend. It's what you keep, what you grow, what you protect. Discipline yourself to save first. Even if it's a small amount at first, even if it feels like it makes no difference, the habit is more important than the initial amount. Build the habit of paying yourself first before you pay anyone else.
Build the habit of setting aside money for the future, not just for today's fleeting pleasures. That habit, when built over time, can create a solid foundation that will serve you for your entire life. Spend 1 hour each day learning not just how to save, but how to invest wisely. Don't rush into anything just because it sounds appealing. Understand it, research it thoroughly, and always ask questions. Money invested correctly can multiply, but money invested incorrectly can disappear.
Learn to tell the difference between the two. Learn about the power of compound interest. Understand the value of patience. Study the markets, study businesses, study people who have built and maintained wealth. The goal isn't just to make money, but to keep money, protect money, grow money, and make money work harder than you do. Money can work 24 hours a day without getting tired if you know how to put it to work. But it all starts with respect. It starts with understanding, with dedicating 1 hour each day to treating money as if it truly matters. You don't need to become a money fanatic. You don't need to spend your life chasing dollars. But you need to become smart. Smart enough not to be fooled by flashy distractions. Smart enough to build a financial life that brings peace, not anxiety. Smart enough to live below your means for a while so you can later live the way you want. There's a quiet dignity in financial independence, in knowing you're not trapped by debt, in knowing you're not living paycheck to paycheck, hoping nothing bad happens, in knowing you have a cushion, have options, have breathing room. This kind of strength doesn't come from wishing, it comes from learning, from studying, from doing the work others won't do. And all you need to start is 1 hour a day. Put it on your schedule, make it part of your routine, just like you'd schedule an important meeting. This is a meeting with your future. This is you saying, I value my life enough to understand how money works. Every hour you invest in learning about money will pay you back for a lifetime. It makes you smarter in your decision-making, harder to fool, more confident, better prepared, and freer. And the sooner you start, the bigger the reward. But it's never too late. Wherever you are, today is the time to begin. If you don't control your money, it will control you. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will find a way to leave you. And the painful truth is, the less you know about it, the easier it is to lose. Protect yourself. Build yourself. 1 hour a day. A year from now, you could still be in the same financial position, wondering why nothing has changed. Or you could be stronger, smarter, freer, because you decided to spend 1 hour each day learning how to make money your servant, not your master. Success doesn't start with making a fortune, it starts with a decision. A decision to learn, a decision to grow, a decision to take responsibility for your future. 1 hour a day, one choice at a time. That's how you change your financial life forever.
The sixth thing, dedicate 1 hour each day to your health and energy. If you want a good life, a strong life, a full life, you cannot ignore your health. No matter how many dreams you have, no matter how much you know, no matter how badly you want it, if you lack energy, lack strength, you won't have the power to pursue those things. You need to be healthy. You need to be strong. You need to have energy to get through each day with purpose and power. And the truth is, you don't have to spend your whole life in the gym. You don't have to become an athlete. But you do need to dedicate 1 hour each day to your health and energy. 1 hour a day, as if it matters, because it truly does. Your body is the machine that helps you realize your dreams. It's what carries your mind to work, what brings your aspirations to the world. And if that machine breaks down, no matter how smart you are, no matter how brilliant your ideas, you won't have the drive to pursue them. You'll feel tired. You'll become sluggish. You'll miss opportunities, not because you're not good enough, but because you don't have the energy to perform at your best. 1 hour a day, focused on your health, will change everything. You'll move better. You'll think better. You'll sleep better. You'll handle stress better. You'll feel stronger. And strength
changes how you walk into a room. Strength changes how you communicate. It changes how others react to you. When your energy is high, you naturally uplift those around you. You inspire without trying. But it all starts with a choice. 1 hour each day when you say, "Today, my health matters. Today, my energy matters. Today, I invest in myself." And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a special trainer. You don't need perfect equipment. You don't need to know everything about fitness. You just need to start moving. A simple walk, basic exercises, stretching, proper breathing, learning to take care of the machine you've been given. 1 hour a day dedicated to real effort. Effort you can feel in your muscles. Effort you can feel in your breath. Not half-hearted, unfocused effort, but real effort that respects your body as the invaluable asset it truly is. The truth is, your future success depends on your daily energy. If you have enough energy, you can create, you can build, you can persevere. If not, even small tasks will feel like mountains. This isn't about age. It's not about genetics. It's about decisions. Daily decisions, hourly decisions, and that's good news because it means you're in control. Take control of your health today while you still have the choice. Don't wait until a serious health problem forces you to act. Don't wait until the doctor gives you bad news. Don't wait until you've lost too much to start taking it seriously. 1 hour a day for care. 1 hour a day to build strength. 1 hour a day to invest in your energy. It will protect you from difficult years later.
And there's something important. Your health isn't just yours. It also belongs to those who love you, those who depend on you, your family, your friends, your team. They need you strong. They need you present. They need you living and thriving, not depleted and struggling. Taking care of your body isn't selfish. It's one of the most generous things you can do. 1 hour a day, not all day, just 1 hour. But an hour you truly value, an hour you really work, an hour you push yourself a little further, an hour you choose strength over comfort. Because every time you choose strength, you're building a reserve you'll be grateful for when life tests you. And life will definitely test you. You'll face long days, tough projects, big opportunities, stressful situations. And the difference between those who crumble under pressure and those who rise to the challenge is often simply physical energy. Those who have taken the time each day to build their strength can carry more, endure more, create more, live more fully. Don't let your health be an accident. Don't think it will take care of itself. It won't. Health declines if neglected. Energy fades if not maintained. Life won't slow down to accommodate your weakness. You have to rise to meet life's demands with strength. And it's not just the body. 1 hour a day working on your health will also sharpen your mind. Your thinking becomes clearer, your emotions become more stable, your patience increases, your resilience strengthens. You become better not just physically, but mentally too. Health is holistic. You can't separate body, mind, and spirit. They are deeply interconnected. Strength in one area will nurture strength in all areas. The great thing is, you don't have to be perfect. You don't need an impeccable routine. You don't need to lift the heaviest weights or run the fastest. You just need to be consistent. Show up for yourself every day for 1 hour. Build the habit first. The habit that says, my health is important. The habit that says, today I will honor my energy. The habit of showing up even when you're tired, even when you're busy, even when it would be easy to skip. Because success belongs to those willing to do what's necessary, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Building your health is one of those necessary things. It's the quiet work that doesn't always get attention, but creates results everyone will notice later. People will wonder how you have so much energy, how you maintain focus, how you keep going when others have slowed down. They'll see the results, but they won't see the hours you spent on yourself when it was just you and your decision. 1 hour a day to build a life worth living. And the wonderful thing about health is that it gives back to you. Every effort you put in, every drop of sweat, every healthy meal, every exercise, it all comes back to you in the form of strength, vitality, added days and years to your life,
and dreams you can still pursue because your body is healthy enough to take you there. So, if you're serious about success, get serious about your health. If you're serious about living well, get serious about building sustainable energy. Start today. Start small. Start wherever you are, but start and don't stop. 1 hour a day, that's the price. But the reward? A life full of power, freedom, and truly living. And it's worth every single minute you put in.
The seventh thing, spend 1 hour each day improving your habits. If you want your life to change, one of the most important things you need to do is clean up your habits. It's not always the big mistakes that cause someone to fail. Often, it's the small habits, repeated daily, that either build you up or drag you down. And the good news is, you don't have to tackle everything at once. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. You just need to start by dedicating 1 hour each day to improving your habits. 1 hour a day to take a serious look at what you're doing and ask yourself, is this helping me or weakening me? Because habits run our lives, whether we realize it or not. How you start your morning, how you eat, how you talk, how you react under pressure, how you treat others, how you manage your finances, how you use your free time. These are habits, and every habit you keep either pulls you closer to the life you want or pushes you further away from it. Most people live unintentionally. They don't plan their habits, they just pick them up randomly, without thinking. And after a few years, they look around and wonder why their life feels stuck, why things don't seem to change. It's not because they don't care, but because they never stop to realize that their habits are leading them somewhere, and not always to a good place. If you give yourself 1 hour each day to clean up your habits, you can change all of that. Start by being honest with yourself. No excuses, no pretending. Look at how you live. Look at the things you do automatically. Do those habits help you grow, or are they keeping you stuck with your old self? Do they build your character, or are they destroying it? 1 hour a day, not to blame yourself, not to feel guilty, but to see clearly. To ask yourself, if I keep living like this, where will I end up? And then ask yourself, what small thing can I change today to move in a better direction? Cleaning up habits isn't about grand gestures, it's about daily decisions. It's about gradually choosing better things until better becomes your habit. Maybe today you decide to start your day with focus instead of chaos. Maybe today you decide to drink water instead of soda. Maybe today you decide to listen more and talk less. Small things, but over time, they create a life you can be proud of. 1 hour a day, working on your habits, will create something powerful. It gives you control. Most people feel out of control because they genuinely are. Their habits control them, not the other way around. But when you give yourself 1 hour each day to clean up how you live, you start to take back the wheel. You start driving instead of drifting. You start choosing instead of reacting. Habits are like seeds. You plant them through your choices, and you harvest them through the results you get. A small careless habit today, skipping exercise, not paying attention to your budget, speaking carelessly, might not seem like a big deal. But look back after a few months or years, and it will have grown into a problem you can't ignore. On the other hand, a small wise habit today, saving a little money, being kind when things get tough, finishing what you start, might not be immediately impressive, but over time it will grow into a future that rewards you. One of the best things about habits is that when you build a good one, it starts to guide you automatically. Things you initially found difficult eventually become routine. What initially felt like work becomes a part of who you are. That's why the first step is always the hardest, and also why you have to be patient with yourself. You can't change all your bad habits at once. You can't create all good habits in a day. You work at it every day. You clean up every day. You get better each time. Some habits will be harder to change than others. That's normal. Some habits have deep roots. Maybe you've carried them for years.
Maybe you learned them from family, friends, from difficult experiences. But just because a habit is familiar doesn't mean it's right. And just because a habit brings comfort doesn't mean it's good for you. In that 1 hour each day, confront the habits that scare you. Confront the habits you've been avoiding. Confront the habits you know are holding you back. Yes, it will be uncomfortable, but it also brings freedom. Because when you confront, you can fix. And what you fix today becomes the freedom you feel tomorrow. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be better than yesterday, and then better tomorrow. 1 hour, one habit at a time. There will be days you feel like you're making big changes. There will be days you feel like everything is moving slowly.
But persist, because even slow progress is still progress. And those small daily cleanups will create a life that is clean, clear, and strong. People often admire others' success without realizing that behind that success are hours of unglamorous daily work, discipline, focus, and a series of decisions to build better, stronger habits. That's what you're building when you dedicate 1 hour a day to yourself. You're not just fixing what's wrong, you're building what's right. You're creating patterns that protect you when life gets tough. You're creating automatic behaviors that help you stay strong in the face of challenges. You're building an internal structure to carry big dreams without collapsing under pressure. Success, health, happiness, none of them are built on hope. They're built from habits. They're built from the small things you choose every day when no one is watching. And the best part is, you have that power right now. You have the power to decide which habits you'll plant. You have the power to decide which habits you'll uproot. And you have the power to start today. Give yourself 1 hour each day, not because you have to, but because your life deserves it. Your dreams deserve it. Your future deserves it. 1 hour a day cleaning up your habits might seem small today, but a year from now, 5 years from now, you'll look back and realize it wasn't small at all. It was everything. So today, pick one habit you know needs to change. Focus on it for an hour. Replace it with something better. And tomorrow, build on it a little more. And the day after, a little more. And keep building. Because every strong life you admire was once built the same way. Quietly, daily, with choices no one saw, but eventually everyone felt. 1 hour, one better habit at a time. That's the real way to change your life.
The 8th thing, spend 1 hour each day doing things that bring you closer to your dreams. If you truly want your dreams to become reality, you have to do more than just hope. You have to do more than just talk about it. You have to act every single day. And it doesn't have to take all day. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be perfect. But it has to be real. It has to be serious, and it has to be consistent every day. 1 hour a day, an hour dedicated to doing things that bring you closer to your dreams. Dreams can't come alive just because you wish for them. They can't become reality just because you want them to. They only come alive when you build them, step by step, day by day. And every day you dedicate a real hour to your dreams, you're giving them life. You're nurturing them. You're giving them a chance. Most people let their dreams just sit in their heads. They think about them, they daydream about them, they imagine a better life. But when the day is done, nothing has been built, nothing has progressed, nothing has become real. And time just keeps ticking by. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into years, and the dream remains just a dream. Untouchable, unattainable, gradually drifting further away. You can live differently. You can decide that you won't just be a dreamer, you'll be a dream builder. You'll be someone who, every single day, puts in real effort to turn their vision into reality. It doesn't have to be monumental, it doesn't have to be impressive, it just has to be real. 1 hour of actual work. Maybe today you write the first page of that book you've been thinking about. Maybe today you start planning your business. Maybe today you practice the skill you need to level up. Maybe today you reach out to someone who can help you. Maybe today you quietly, carefully work on your craft even when no one is watching. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be an action that moves you closer, not one that keeps you stuck. One action, 1 hour a day, and this will create amazing things. Momentum starts to build. You'll feel different. You'll think different. You'll act different because you're no longer just a dreamer. You're doing the work. You're no longer just a hoper. You're building. And that changes everything inside you. 1 hour a day of real action creates more progress than a whole month of good intentions. 1 hour of real effort will take you further than hundreds of hours just talking about what you're going to do someday. Most people waste more than an hour a day on meaningless things. That hour disappears into distractions, entertainment, excuses, and those hours gradually add up. They steal the life you could have had. But 1 hour spent wisely, that hour will compound. It will multiply, creating skills, building relationships, sharpening ideas, strengthening confidence. And over time, that 1 hour a day will turn into a genuinely good life that most people can only dream of. A real, tangible, good life. The truth is, you don't need to work 20 hours a day to change your life. You just need to work the right 1 hour, a focused hour, an hour where you stop talking, stop dreaming, stop endlessly planning, and start building something real. Ask yourself every day, what can I do today to get closer to my dream?
Not what looks good, not what feels easy, but what actually moves the needle. Then do that for an hour. And when that hour's over, you can go on with the rest of your day knowing you've honored your future, knowing you didn't just exist today, you used your time. Some days will be easy. You'll feel motivated, you'll feel clear. But there will be hard days. You'll be tired, you'll doubt yourself, you'll wonder if it's all worth it. That's normal. That's part of the journey. But the people who succeed, the people who build the life they want, are the ones who keep moving forward, even when it's tough. They keep their appointment with their future, even when things aren't easy. It's easy to get caught up in thinking you have to change everything drastically. But real change happens slowly. 1 serious hour a day, 1 decision at a time, 1 day at a time. And then one day, you'll realize the dream you once only dared to think about is now your actual life. It's your daily experience. It's the reward for every small hour you invested when no one was watching. There's dignity in the work. There's dignity in deciding your dreams are worth your effort. There's power in proving to yourself that you mean what you say. Every time you spend an hour on your dream, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. Every time you skip that hour, you're voting to stay where you are. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything right now. You just have to stay in the game, stay with the process, stay with the work. Dreams aren't built from perfect plans. They're built from daily actions. They're built by people willing to put in a little bit of effort every day for the life they want. If you want to see your life a year from now, look at what you're doing every day. Look at how you're using your time. See if you're building or drifting, if you're growing or just getting by. 1 hour each day, serious, focused, and non-negotiable, makes a massive difference. Today's a new opportunity. A new hour is waiting for you. Use it. Cherish it. Build with it. It's not about having time. It's about making time. And what you do today will meet you in the future. Your dream is waiting. Your future self is waiting. And every step you take now, no matter how small, brings you closer. 1 hour, 1 action, 1 dream moving from idea to reality, that's the path. And you have the power to walk it. Start today.
The 9th thing, it's not about working longer, but working smarter in 1 powerful hour that helps you move forward. So many people think the key to success is working more hours, that if they stay busy from dawn till dusk, the rewards will just come. But that's not how it works. It's not about working longer, it's about working smarter. What matters is focusing your efforts on things that actually move you forward, instead of just doing things that fill up your day. This mindset shift makes a huge difference between those who stay stuck and those who build the life they truly want. You're not paid for the hours you work. You're paid for the value you bring,
And value doesn't come from just being busy. Value comes from being effective, and effectiveness comes from focusing on what matters most. 1 powerful hour each day, focused on real progress, will get you much further than working 10 hours without a clear goal. The truth is, it's easy to be busy. It's easy to fill your day with small tasks, things that seem important but don't actually get you closer to your goals. It's easy to confuse movement with achievement, but spinning your wheels gets you nowhere. You can work longer and harder than everyone else and still get nowhere if you're not working smart. Working smart means asking better questions. It means asking yourself, what's the work that truly moves me forward? Not the urgent work, not the noisy work, not the easy work, but the real work. The work that develops your skills, the work that strengthens your business, the work that builds your future. And here's the key. This kind of work requires your best focus, your best thinking, and your best creativity. That's why you need to dedicate 1 powerful hour each day. Not a rushed hour, not a distracted hour, but 1 real hour where you are fully present, fully committed to making real progress. 1 hour a day might not seem like much, but it adds up. In a year, that's 365 powerful hours of focused, high-quality work. Imagine what you could build, create, and how strong you could become with 365 hours of serious, directed effort. That's how businesses grow. That's how careers advance. That's how personal breakthroughs happen. Not in some random moment, not over the weekend, but through daily, focused effort. You don't have to give up everything else in your life to succeed. You don't have to work yourself to exhaustion. You just need to work smart. You just need to work focused. You just need to put the right effort into the important tasks. 1 serious hour each day, consistent, sincere, and with a clear purpose can change everything for you. Working smart also means protecting your energy. If you waste all your energy on unimportant things, you won't have enough left for what truly matters. If you spend your best hours reacting to emergencies, distractions, and other people's priorities, you won't have enough left to build what's truly yours. That's why you need to schedule that powerful hour when you're at your best, early morning, late at night, or whenever you can control your time and your mind is clearest. Treat it like an unmissable appointment, a promise you won't break. When you spend that hour focusing on what's important, learning, practicing, building, creating, problem-solving, you'll start seeing results that will amaze those around you who are still just busy for the sake of being busy. You'll move forward faster, not because you work more hours, but because you work the right hours. It's not about being the first one in and the last one out. It's about what you do while you're there. It's about how you use your mind, your skills, and your attention. Some people spend all day tackling small issues that don't matter in the long run. Others spend 1 focused hour solving problems that open up opportunities for the whole year. Every day you have a choice. You can be busy or you can be effective.
You can chase every little thing that demands your attention, or you can build something that truly speaks for itself. You can add noise to your day, or you can add results to your life. Working longer without working smart is a trap. It leads to burnout without progress. It leads to frustration without satisfaction. It leads to years of wondering why success is so elusive. Don't fall into that trap. Choose differently. Choose smart. Choose to work smart. And it all starts with 1 hour a day. An hour where you say, this is my time to focus on what matters. This is my time to move forward, not just be busy. An hour where you build the skills that make you more valuable. An hour where you make decisions that help turn your dreams from ideas into reality. An hour where you plant the seeds that will grow into opportunity, success, and freedom. It's a small price to pay, 1 powerful hour each day, but it yields rewards far greater than the effort you put in. Because every day you use that hour effectively, you're separating yourself from the crowd. You're putting yourself on a different path, a path that leads to a life of choice, not chance, a life designed, not drifted, a life of progress, not just movement. So today, decide that you'll no longer confuse being busy with being effective. Decide that your time, your energy, and your future are worth more than meaningless noise and distractions.
Decide that you'll find 1 hour each day to work smart, work focused, work on what matters most. Because true success doesn't come from the number of hours you live, it comes from the number of hours you truly use.
The 10th thing, protect 1 hour each day for quiet thinking. The answers you need will come when you slow down and ask the right questions. One of the biggest mistakes people make in life is not taking time to think, really think, deeply think in quiet. Most people are running so fast from one task to another, from one distraction to another, that they never stop long enough to ask the important questions. They don't stop long enough to check if the path they're on is the path they truly want. That's why you must protect 1 hour each day for quiet thinking. 1 hour for you to slow everything down. 1 hour for you to step away from the noise. 1 hour for you to give yourself space to ask better questions. Questions that can change your life. Today's world is noisier than ever. Notifications, deadlines, conversations, distractions are everywhere. If you're not careful, you'll get swept away. You'll spend your whole life reacting to things instead of thinking. You'll spend all day answering other people's questions, but never ask your own. And one day you'll wake up to realize you've climbed a ladder only to find it was leaning against the wrong wall. You need time to think, to sort through all the surrounding noise, to check in with yourself, to ask the real questions. Questions like, am I doing what's important? Am I living by my values or just following others' expectations? Am I building a life I'm proud of or just trying to get through each day? And you can't find the answers if you're always rushing. You don't find them by staying busy all day. You find the answers when you slow down, when you sit quietly and listen to the thoughts you've been too busy to hear. 1 hour each day. No multitasking, no half-hearted listening, no thinking while scrolling online. A protected, quiet hour where you put everything else aside and focus inward. Where you let your mind breathe, expand, and seek. Because the truth is, the answers you need are already inside you. You just haven't given them the space to surface. You've covered them up with noise, urgency, and busyness. Quiet thinking uncovers what's been buried. It reconnects you with your own wisdom. It reminds you of what matters most. And it's in those quiet hours that the best ideas are born. It's in those hours that clarity comes, decisions become easier, and ambiguity starts to clear. It's in those hours that you'll begin to see paths you couldn't see before because you were too rushed to notice. Quiet thinking is where growth begins. You can read all the books, attend every seminar, listen to all the advice, but until you take the time to sit with yourself and process what you've learned, that knowledge isn't truly yours. It's still on the surface. It's still just information, not transformation. 1 hour of quiet thinking each day allows you to digest what you learn. It helps you connect the dots between what you know and what you do. It allows you to turn knowledge into wisdom. And wisdom is what changes lives. Quiet thinking also teaches you patience. In a world where speed is rewarded, patience is a rare and powerful asset. Most people want everything immediately. They want quick answers, quick success, quick rewards. But anything worth building takes time, and it requires the patience to think deeply, plan wisely, and act purposefully. In your quiet hour, ask better questions, not superficial ones like, how do I get more likes or how do I become famous? Ask deep, powerful questions. How can I become a better person? How can I serve better? Is there anything I'm overlooking that needs my attention? What legacy do I want to leave? These are the questions that can reshape your life if you're brave enough to answer them honestly. And the answers you find won't always be easy. Sometimes they'll challenge you. Sometimes they'll push you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes they'll point out parts of yourself you don't want to see. But that's where real growth happens, in honesty, in the courage to face what needs to change. That's why protecting 1 hour of quiet thinking each day is so important. It's easy to skip it. It's easy to tell yourself you're too busy today. But every day you skip is a day you move further away from the life you could build. 1 quiet hour a day isn't just good for you. It's essential. Because when you don't take time to think, you start living on autopilot. You're no longer choosing, you're just reacting. You become a passenger in your own life instead of the driver. You let other people's goals fill your schedule. You let other people's opinions shape your actions. You lose connection with yourself and what you truly want. But when you think deeply every day, you stay connected to your inner voice. You maintain focus. You act purposefully. You move with intention instead of pressure. Quiet thinking also builds mental strength. In stillness, you learn to manage your thoughts. You learn to control your emotions. You build inner stability, a resilience that can't be shaken by small storms. You become someone who doesn't crumble under stress but stands firm because you know who you are and where you're going. 1 hour each day to strengthen your mind, to clarify your direction, to stabilize your spirit. That hour is more valuable than any frantic busywork you could cram into your schedule. That hour is what keeps you sane, focused, and grounded. And it doesn't require anything complicated. You don't need a special room. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need the willingness to stop, be quiet, and listen. Maybe you sit with a notebook. Maybe you walk without your phone. Maybe you just sit in a chair, breathe, and think. The method doesn't matter as much as the commitment, the discipline to slow down each day and meet yourself honestly. Protect that hour like gold because it is gold. It's the hour where the real work happens, the inner work that shapes everything outside of you. 1 quiet hour a day where you think, where you question, where you listen, where you plan, where you dream, where you solidify the foundation of the life you're building. It's not wasted time, it's invested time. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Because ultimately, your success, your happiness, your peace, they won't come from running faster. They'll come from thinking better. And better thinking only happens when you slow down enough to hear the answers you've been carrying all along. Start today. Find your quiet hour, protect it, cherish it, and watch how it changes everything.
You don't have to change everything in your life today. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. But you need to start. You need to make a decision. 1 hour each day spent on the right things can change all about the next 5 years, 10 years, and the rest of your life. Most people will not do this. They will hear the idea and let it pass. They will continue living the same days, hoping for different results. But you don't have to live like that. You can choose differently. You can choose to build bit by bit, 1 serious hour at a time. Protect that hour. Cherish it. Treat it like the hour that holds your future, because it is that hour. Every book you read, every skill you hone, every habit you build, every moment you spend strengthening yourself, all will add up. And one day, not far, you will look back and be glad you started. You will see how a small decision, repeated daily, has turned into something you are proud of. A stronger version of yourself, a better life, a future you built with your own hands, 1 hour at a time. Time will pass whether you do anything or not. The only question is, what will you have to show for it? Start today, 1 hour each day.
If you found this video helpful and inspiring, don't forget to hit like and share so those around you can grow too. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts, or if you have any questions, we're always ready to answer. Don't forget to subscribe to the Journey to Success channel to always get the latest videos to help you achieve success in life. Thanks for watching and being part of the channel.